Okay, so today's video is going to be all about boosting hero power, especially early game in Last Wars. So some things to take into consideration right off the bat is that you need to make a big importance out of getting really strong with one squad. Okay, so many beginners make a lot of mistakes on this. And the reason you need to get really good with one squad is because if you balance out through all three squads, or you're buying that monthly pass and you're balancing out between all four squads, you're going to be spreading your power thin. And anybody else in the game that's focusing on one squad only is going to, number one, be able to attack you and be able to defeat you very easily. And number two, you're going to not be able to attack them because if they have their first squad on their wall and they're stronger than you because they did it properly, you're not going to be able to get anywhere because your power is too spread out. So this is a huge mistake that a lot of beginners make. You do not want to spread your power out, okay? So always remember that part of this game is very important. The second part of this is when you're first starting out, you're going to have SSR heroes available to you and UR heroes. So the SSR are the purple ones. So for example, on my screen right here, I have Charlotte available at the 150 on that bottom part of your screen there. She's a purple hero. So she's going to be available to you early game. She's really good against any zombies, and she's going to be one of your primary defenders. Even later in the game into Season 2, she's worth upgrading. So I'm going to give you probably the most optimal way to be able to fight with a good squad early game. Okay, so this could be your optimal setup that you can go with until you start getting into Season 1 where more heroes become available. The second one is going to be Murphy. And remember, anytime you have a defender, so it's those little symbols where it's got like a shield on them, those should be in the front. And that's why I have these guys set up like that. And then I've got Murphy in the top right here. So I'm just showing you where I took him off and then I put him on. And so he's going to be another defender. Then I'll show you Kim in the back. You should, honestly, it's super cheap to get her in the beginning of the game. She's only a couple dollars. If you don't buy her, the problem that you're going to run into is that a lot of players are going to. Even the free-to-play, it's worth buying for the $2. So I know that becomes not free-to-play, but she's very worth it, and you're going to run into issues of running into her and other players just easily beating you because she is your beast in the beginning of the game. So I'm just going to click her off and then click her back on. So that's Kim. Marshall becomes available early in the game as well. And so I'll show you where he is. Take him off there. That's Marshall. He's going to boost all of Kim's skills. So he makes Kim super important. He's super important to have early in the game. You can get him very easily. This one, the next one I'm going to show you is questionable. So this is a good way to transition from air later in the game. And she's also super powerful. This is where DVA is. So I'm going to click her back on. And with DVA, the thing you got to remember is that there's another player named Step In, and you won't be able to get him for free until about Season 2. So having DVA, if you can get her in one of the hero boxes, take her. You should use her because she's a UR hero, which are stronger. The gold UR heroes are the ones you want long-term to create squads. Even though you have a tank squad here, having 4 tanks with 1 air is still super powerful. And then you get DVA done, and she becomes super useful in Season 1 and in other seasons. She also gets something called an exclusive weapon, which makes her even better. That's also in Season 1. So there's too many benefits to her to not get her if you get the ability to. So that's going to be your setup, okay? And this is what you want to focus on putting everything into. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that next. But this should be your squad that you're aiming to do. Focus on these guys are being the ones that you upgrade. And then I'm going to get out of the screen, show you where I'm going to go. So we're going to go down to heroes. Now, the next thing you want to focus on with your first squad is you need to be able to get them their star levels up and their hero experience up. So you want to get them up to 150. But that happens as your base levels go up. So you want to always be trying to progress, get your base levels up, okay? And I'll show you how you get their stars. So to get stars for your heroes, what you're doing, you're going in And so Kim right here for me is maxed out. So I'm going to go to a hero that's not maxed so I can show you an example of that. So this is not who I want you to focus on. You're focusing on those heroes I showed in the beginning of the video, but this is going to give me a good way to show you where to get these stars from. So to be able to get stars, you're going to the tier section on the far right on the bottom there. And what you're doing is you're promoting tiers. So as you can see, Skylar has 2 of her own shards on the bottom right. And if you had 60 of those, I could promote her up to starting to get that 4th star. You can also use universal shards, which are on the far left, and it says 68 on my screen. And then I could promote her there. So me personally, I'm not upgrading her right now, so I'm not going to do that. But that is how you would start to add these stars up. And if you're looking at importance to order of who you want to level up, I would say go Kim first. That's another video that I'm going to create later for you. But let's just stick to the point. So I'm just showing you what things need to be done. So that would be one priority of increasing power with your heroes. The other thing that you need that's really important is as these star levels go up, you need to go into your skills. Okay, so a lot of people in the beginning, they'll forget about skills. These are super important on a lot of heroes. That top right skill, so that one I just clicked on, that would be their best skill. Also, skill priority is another video I'm going to put out. That can help you to optimize a little bit, but getting these skills are what's going to help you to have better attacks and better defense. So as you bring these up, that's what's going to make you more effective against other players. Okay, so those 2 things are going to be really huge. And as you can see, like right here, I'll show you an example of my Scarlet, like the basic just upgrades. So the hero experience, I could press upgrade there. I'll do that one for you to bring her up to 119. But that's going to be depending on where your base level is. So in this game, bringing up your base level fairly fast, I would even go all the way up to saying like getting your base up to basically HQ 27, so level 27 to get T9s is going to help you a ton with adding power to your first squad and like really make you a lot stronger than a lot of the other players. Getting T9 should be everybody's goal, in my opinion, and that's going to be able to help you to get really strong and have an advantage early in the game. And other than that, you're really just looking at focusing on these basic things, and that's what's really going to get you off to a great start. So just remember, like the main things to focus on here, you're going to be focusing on this first squad. Getting these should be your primary heroes that I would focus on. If you can't get Kim in the beginning, then another thing you can do is focus on Mason. So what Mason would look like is you take Kim out there, you put Mason in. That would be your squad right there. And then that gives you all tank without Kim. So that could be something you focus on. And Mason also turns UR in Season 1. So he goes to being a gold hero. He's also very good against zombies. And the biggest difference between some of the purple and the URs is just the power difference is significantly different. You're not going to fight in arena without using UR heroes, and you won't do well. So like that's what you want to make your big focus on. But yeah, this is the basic video of starting to boost your hero power early game. And I'll start making more videos in each section of these. So we'll start to add in some things on shards, where to get those, skills, where to get those, importance of where everything goes. But this should be your primary setup here, and this will get you a lot further ahead than a lot of people that don't know what they're doing, get you off to that early start and get you going. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys again soon.